I am live. Let me make sure this microphone is close because some reason I've heard people tell me that they cannot hear. I don't make sure this is tight and good. So I hope the sound is good. Um, it is late my time. I usually do not live stream this late. Give me a second. All right, give me a second. All right. So I usually don't live stream this late, right? And we actually don't live stream it in the dark. Make sure this is positioned. But he may be watching this. I just got out the most fulfilling calls. I just want to do a very quick live stream with Mr. Jaden. Jaden, if you're watching, I'm giving you a shout out. He told me that we could definitely do a live stream together. Uh, the young man was 20 years old, right? 20 years old, just signed up in the crypto commodities. He purchased his beverage license before they increased in price on Wednesday, and it's only 200 available. So he purchased that at 20 years old. Dallas, Texas, Jaden. I'm so proud of him. So I'm not returning any text messages. As you can see, it is dark my time. I just wanted to just hit this live button. Um, just a fulfillment of getting the millennials in this because as I told him that I want him to have a head start. I want him to have a better life. And when I've asked him to do a live stream with me because I want to tell you all his story. I've been privileged to help people from the age of and you all let me know how that sound is. Somebody said my mic, my sound wasn't good. It was too low. I'm like, I have the best microphone. I don't know why it was too low. But his vision, that he was a visionary. There have been people, there was a person, Eric, who was blind by his physical sight. I think he's been the first and only person that could not see out his physical eyes to get these crypto commodities, and he came in, but he had vision. And then Eric has been my youngest person at 20, and I'm gonna allow Eric to come on and do a live stream with me one day and tell his story. But your vision for the future go far beyond what your goals are in life. Your vision for the future. Your vision is what you must have. And I will ask you all, what is your vision for the future? If you are not prepared, how do you see yourself living? If you have children, if you have grandchildren, if you want to have children, right? Jaden is 20. How do you want to see your children living? How do you want to see yourself living? How do you want to see your parents living? How do you want to see your life going? And as I told Jaden, I said, I'm so proud of you because at 20 years of age, excuse me, let me adjust this. At 20 years of age, you have the knowledge right now that you don't have to just depend on earned income. You don't have to exchange your time for money. You can understand what passive income is, residual income, and even instant income if you wanted to do trading and learn how to short crypto and how to trade and to get money instantaneously, whether it's binary, forex, or even sports betting. Social Security is bankrupt at 20 years old. He's positioned himself where he does not have to depend on it. You cannot rely on the government. I hope you really understand that. I actually have people that sometimes tell me, what does this mean for my Social Security income? That means you can elevate it. And that means you can increase it, as Deion Sanders say, elevate. I mean, this means you can increase it because you must, at this point, people take control of your life. You cannot rely on the government. The government, as I always say, is making drastic decisions. And for some people, their decision making is more drastic than what your decision making is right now. in this currency system. So right now, every financial factor is in your favor if you make the right move. This financial system is changing, and I'm helping people get 10 steps ahead of it. I'm helping people get 10 steps ahead of it. The financial system is changing. So let me share this article with you. This is why I hit the go live button. Um, it's crystal clear more banks are going to fail. It's crystal clear more banks are going to fail. It is likely that more bank failures are coming, according to this article. Other than Silicon Valley Bank, and commentators, politicians, and markets are all warning. They're warning you. The handwriting is on the wall. They're warning of more pain in store. The speed at which Silicon Valley, again, let me put emphasis, this is the sixth largest bank. The sixth largest bank. And they say it's rumored that Wells Fargo did not make deposits for money this weekend. Did not make paycheck deposits in accounts. If you're banking with Wells Fargo, you know the history of Wells Fargo. It's called Freedmen Banks. Freedmen Banks, and this is when they stole a lot of money from the slaves, because the slaves went for the name freedmen because they had gained their freedom, and they stole all the slaves' money during that time, and they just rebranded. As I said, history does not repeat itself. Well, it does repeat itself. It just has, as Mike Maloney says, a little twist to it. They just changed the name and did, banking as usual. And so the dust is still following the Silicon Valley Bank, but this one thing is crystal clear. More banks are going to fail. SVB's operation was shuttered on Friday by state regulators, and Signature Bank was closed down shortly after, while market commentators say the failures don't mark a Lehman-style crisis. Now, that was in 2008. This is the one that Robert Kiyosaki was warning us about, Lehman Bank collapse, just 15 years ago. And some people have already forgotten that, even during 9/11, then you had 2008. Like, this comes in cycles and seasons. And so, former federal insurance depositors said more banks are bound to collapse and markets could be on the precipice of another 1980s style banking. How many more? I don't know. As I said, comparing the situation to the banking crisis of 1980s and 1990s, when the FDIC dealt with failure over 1,600 banks. 1,600. And yet I've been faithfully telling people to convert your cash. I prefer cash flowing assets. I do. Because having cash in gold, for example, where you can't, exchange it for goods and services right now. You can't go make a payment with it. You can't pay your bill. And then especially at getting in at $2,000 an ounce. And what if a grocery store does begin to accept gold and silver? Would you rather exchange silver for food that's roughly $40 an ounce right now versus gold? So I've been telling people, go to my website, milliemoves.com, for the longest, and stack up on your silver and your copper. I just got off of Zoom, and it was brought out that in that copper, people are stealing HVAC units. HVAC units to get copper. I've been showing you all copper. I have some right here that I always just keep for display, and silver for the longest. Um, I have this book that I spent over $100 for, and it's called How to Teach Black People How to Sell. And I'm not against any other race, but I'm so tired of people saying things like, I don't want to share opportunities during this time in the financial crisis, right? I don't want to have to sell anything. I get it. I'd rather have um, a garage full of silver and gold versus weight loss tea. I get it to a degree, but when you're telling people about gold, silver, and crypto-backed commodities in this environment, I don't think that's a sale. Really, I think it's helping someone. And the more you help someone else, the more that help will be transferred and relayed on to you. Now, with that being said, even the mindset of selling has to go away, because I always refer to this. Even during a recession, what did Joseph do? What did he do? He sold wheat, right? If you have chicken and eggs to sell, or a commodity that people will need, if you have a plug, if you are in the silver wealth ambassador, and you can get rewarded financially from just referring and telling people the need for silver, and especially copper right now, because both of them have a global shortage, then you're doing yourself a disservice by not telling people the good news. In Jesus' mission statement, one of the very first line of his mission statement is, I have come to give the good news to the poor. I really question if people really believe in Jesus and their Christianity when they say they don't want to give people good news. Because that was the very first line of Jesus' mission statement. I have come to spread the good news to the poor. He was not talking about poor in spirit. He's talking about financially, to preach the good news to the poor. He's talking about to preach liberty to people that are captive. Some people are captivated in their mind. And he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He's anointed me to proclaim the good news. That's why I don't mind proclaiming the good news to people. It's up to you if you want to take action, but I tell you all day long. And when Jaden gets on my live stream, we're going to do a live stream. I'm gonna allow him to tell his story, but he told me this. First of all, I was so happy to have a 20-year-old in the business. I said, Jaden, I'm so happy. I said, I did not pray for this. I said, I just had a thought. I had a thought, and I was like, Lord, I want to attract more millennials. My daughter is 23 years old. They know about digital money. They know about digital games. During my time, I used to play Mario. How many of you all know about Mario Brothers? I used to play Mario, and Mario, you get tokens, right? That was the whole concept of Mario, and you go from levels to levels, and the whole objective of that game was to get digital money. Every time you hit a brick that was in the air, in the cloud, digital money will pop out, and you add to your balance digitally. So I knew that 20-year-olds wouldn't have they didn't have to wrap this around their brain. They just got to take action because they understand digital money. And Jaden was so fast and setting this up. I was like, Jaden, do you have your 12 seed phrase, your mnemonic phrase? He was like, oh yeah, I already got it. I'm like, what? Just fast with the fingers. He did not one time say, oh, it's the devil. When it comes to technology, when people come to technology, sometimes people say it's the devil. No, you're just learning technology. You're learning how to use Zoom. You're learning about digital money. It's not uncomfortable at all, because once you learn this skill, you got it. I tell people all the time, you need to learn the skills to pay the bills. You need to learn the skills to pay the bills. Now, if you're a person that's always good with trading time for money, that's you. But my thing is, right, is that the most expensive thing that you all spend is my ball is flashing, it's voice activated, right? Having more time than money is an asset because the most expensive thing that you spend every day that we have no control over is time. So put your money to work so you can have more time. Money buys you time. I don't think you all get that. It buys you freedom. It buys you from working on your own clock, whether you're self employed or if you're employed for somebody else or somebody else's clock. When you're making money passively and residually and you're making money in your sleep, that means you have to do less making money on your feet. It buys you time. And virtually everyone that has joined this business, because we are in a financial pandemic, right, has seen their passive income work for them like they never experienced before. I have truckers that's on the road that's saying, hey, I'm so glad about passive income. Because truckers understand the concept of time because they spend so much time driving and on the road, and it's very time consuming. So again, the government is making drastic financial changes to the system. So right now, in this moment, every financial decision you make, if it's the right one, as I have Millionaire Moves, you make the right financial decision. It is, I thought they had a rip in it, but it's just a bend and under there. It's in your favor. With Jaden 20 years old, it's incredibly easy to get started. And guess what? It's very simple. The hardest thing people have to get past is their mind. Again, the people that's getting this, they're 10 steps ahead. 10 steps ahead of this economic change. And some people, unfortunately, as 20 banks that are sitting on huge potential security losses, just like SVB. Listen, history. This is the bank run, 1930s. History does not repeat itself. It often rhymes. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Fell Friday and run on deposits after its parent company share price crashed a record of 60%. I actually had someone that used to come on my live stream and tell me all the time that I buy bonds, Queen, and I'm like, well, I knew that wasn't gonna work out for long. Below are some 10 banks we highlighted on Thursday that's on that same list. I've been talking to you all about Basel 4. Basel 4 was created right after Basel 3. They changed it and upgraded to Basel 4, meaning that the banks have to have money, gold, physical gold in their account to back up the amount that they are paying out in cash. And a lot of these banks are not Basel 4 compliant. They're not. They're not. These are changes that came after 2020. I'm gonna stop sharing this screen because the printing is small anyway. And I'll just read it to you. A negative. Listen, I want you all to see this. I'm gonna show this to you. I'm gonna let you see the numbers. Right. I'm gonna show you just how scripted this is. Right. But some people still have their eyes wide shut. A reported negative 1.911 billion people. That's 9/11 right there all day long. I hope you all can see that. I'm trying because it's small print. I'm trying to put my mouse on it. That's the 3 ones. Deuteronomy 1:11. May the Lord thy God, the God of your ancestors, bless you and increase you 1,000 times more. 111 represents a wealth transfer. 9/11. There were millions. No, was it millions or billions? Give me a second. Underneath the rubble of 9/11, physical gold. When central banks started hoarding gold, And they start buying more gold. They've already came out now. Jerome Powell is saying not only is going to be about 2 million jobs lost, but they're going to have to be more aggressive now with inflation. So let me put that article gold that silver and gold was buried underneath the rubble, underneath the Twin Towers during 9/11. So exactly 1.911 billion. It was $500 million. This is how much they were saying that SVB reported a negative. Let me show you that again, as much as I can enlarge it. They talk to you in numbers and code. It's all in the numbers. You see that 1.911 billion accumulated negatively. And this was as of December 31st, so they knew it was coming. In fact, they said some CEOs and some people got bonuses right before this crash came. Employees got bonuses. And so 500 million of silver and keyword and 500 million in silver and gold confiscated. Let me go stop sharing that because it keeps flashing out on. Underneath the Twin Towers represent 1-1. 9 means a completion of a thing, as when a woman has a child, but 9 also is a pioneering number. 9 is the number of completion, but 9 is also the number of Judgment Day. 9 fruits of the Spirit represents the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Holiness, Judgment Day, ushering in a new era, just like when a woman births a child. Ushering a new era, and some people are still holding on to the old era, and this has been changed a long time ago. 27 piece story piece of Tower 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. Gold and silver. Confiscated drugs. I guess the drugs was under there as well. But $500 million buried under that. The pioneer number, so Jesus died on the 9th hour of the day, the symbol of finality. Jesus' purpose on earth was finito. It was finished. Died the 9th hour of the day. This other article, however, says it was $200 million in gold and silver. Why? Because commodities. And for some people, this is not going to be a recession. This is going to be a rich session. A rich session. They are positioning themselves for prosperity because it's only going to be two sides of the coins. Either you're going to be poor or richer. So why position yourself to be poor? This is why I'm helping people make better financial decisions. This is why I teach about the history of money. This is why I teach that gold and silver is real money. I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, I was talking to some of my coworkers when I used to coach basketball, and I was telling them about gold and silver. The article is this date is September 26, 231 million according to this. 13 tons of gold worth, there's the double 11 again. 11 million and 30.2 ounces of silver, valued at 121. 121 equals 4. 4 is the number of the earth realm under the rubble of the world trade. And here's the number 4 again. The precious metal was stored in vaults below 4 World Trade Center. 4. And I can even get into the airplane numbers, 77 and all of that. Divine transition. And then after this, after they got the money, the real money, we went into some people went into a recession. Some people are going to enter a rich session because recessions, although this is reported to be this is reported to be a depression. But recessions just simply represent wealth transfer for those who are positioned. And I would rather be positioned than smart. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the people you associate with, I was talking there about the man at the pool of Bethesda, and he told God, these people won't help me. Everybody around him was lame. You won't believe how many people would tell people not to invest in cryptocurrency or gold and silver. And they're living paycheck to paycheck, or as I said, poor check to poor check, because they can get paid Friday and they don't even have enough for the current bills. They have to pay past due bills. And they will listen to people who don't study crypto, who don't study commodities, who do not study the economy. My question is, are you a person that's results oriented? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And Dan Pena said it this way: if you don't think money can buy you happiness, you don't know where to shop, right? And so with this being said, people understand the difference between fake money and real money. Fake money is going out the system. Real money is rising. Even gold was pumping today. These crypto backed by commodities. Bitcoin is pumping today because it is already deemed a commodity. This is what the 20-year-old man Jaden got in. I need to be on portfolio. You all, it is nighttime, my time, so my phone will be on silent. If you text me, I will hit you up in the morning. This one, beverage, commodities market is wine and spirits, coffee and tea. I'm having a good cup of herbal tea right now. I'm also drinking core water right now. Water, energy drinks, a trillion dollar, or it's a 1.2 trillion or 1.8 trillion dollar industry. The beverage, those are about to be sold out. It was only 200 left. This is what the mining is like. It's working. Even when I'm live streaming, I make money passively and on the capital gains as it increases in balance. This is the $126.40 is the passive amount that is mine for me up to today. And so, it's something I didn't have to work for, sell for, tell anybody about. All I have to do is take action and make a one-time purchase. Right? Well, 3 times, because I purchased 3 of these. I purchased 3 of those licenses. Black Gold, this is the one that made over 100 millionaires in 10 months' time when crude oil hit its all-time high last year of over 120 something dollars a barrel, all-time high. I think he said. Again, history often repeats itself, right? It does. This is natural gas. So this time with natural gas, I'm at the gas pump. Guess what? My cash connected to this crypto national gas, which is up 6% today, is going to move right with it. Aluminum, a $5 billion industry as well. And blocks is commercial real estate. So, these licenses, the beverages are almost sold out. All of these licenses have a burning, which means you're removing tokens out of circulation. We get the burn notices, and they burn, let's just say millions. This is the 111 code, 1,100,000 tokens will burn. And this is the satellite technology, XPLR. So this is supply and demand one-on-one, the more tokens that you take out of supply, this is how Bitcoin is set up. Bitcoin has a halving. The more that people that are holding them, the more valuable they become for people that accumulate these. And these are things that you want to look at when you invest in cryptos. These are all on a blockchain network, which means hackers can't change or hack the information on the block ledgers for high security. Also have new projects coming out Wednesday. One of them, the feature is called Swipe, which is getting royalties from the bank every time people swipe and use their credit card. I cannot wait till Wednesday. When that's released, they usually come out at a very low price when they first are released. Right. When they first are released, you get them at the most affordable, lowest price available, and that's dropping on Wednesday. So I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to get the license for those. Those licenses, people produce you passive crypto rewards for a minimum of 10 years for those license contract, or you can get rentals or rent to own, which means you get those rewards for 60 days. Then if you decide, hey, I want to own a license, it's kind of like renting an apartment versus buying a house. And so then if you want, to make a decision, you can get more of a long-term contract, then you can. So your money is passively working for you. Like that beverage license is producing approximately $13.41 a day today at the time of their recording. And hello, Mr. Brown. I'm just not seeing it. Hello to you. Hello, Miss Weeks. Jeff told me that you contacted him. I probably text your phone. No, I not probably, but I counted my text message to your phone. I sent you like 10, 12 texts to your one that you text me back. So, but I'm glad that Jeff can help you with that as well. I just firmly believe people should work with who they choose to work with. So I'm glad Jeff is helping you with that. And this is a full list of bank shares that halted trading as the panic spreads. I'm excited to it's just late night. So, I'm not like, it's time to go to sleep. A number of banks, not just, this is going to definitely cause a ripple effect. So each bank share had been hit with, I just got off of Zoom. I was helping a young lady named Tiffany out of Hawaii. She is so excited. Tiffany forgets the time zone is different though. It's probably like 6 or 7 o'clock her time. It's almost 11 my time. That's okay, Tiffany. I love you because Tiffany's going to work, but our time lapse is so far off. She can text me anytime. I just get back to her when I can. And then Jaden out of Dallas, Texas, 20 years old. We're going to do a live stream together. I'm going to introduce you all to him. Like if a 20-year-old can make these destiny decisions, I don't understand older adults. I really don't. And I really do because, older adults have been so indoctrinated into their mindset. Like at that age, you're just a pure vessel that you can shape and mold, right? That you can shape and mold. And so Western Alliance Bank Corp is also at risk. PacWest, First Republic, Zions, Ocean First, Consumers Bank Corp, East. Let's look at all these banks. Each bank share have been hit with volatility trading pause, a kind of circuit breaker that automatically halts traders. This is a ripple effect. I'm not even gonna call it out of the name. It's late. But you see the list. I'm just gonna stroll Texas Capital. And you got some people that still have their money in 401ks. It's gonna crash right with this. Have enough money in the bank to get a license to put their money to crypto commodities, and they're still sitting on it. Bank of Hawaii, I see why Tiffany is reaching out to me from Hawaii. All of these banks This is not just New York, SVB, like people, and all of the startup companies that SVP was helping to fund. These are small businesses. A lot of these businesses cannot make payroll now. So these are job losses because they cannot make payroll behind this. And they had multiple millions in the bank, and now their only amount that's insured is 250,000. I've always said your cash is more valuable when you have it in particularly cash flowing assets. But if you're sitting on multiple thousands and multiple millions, then you definitely should look for gold first. But if you're not blessed like that to be a multimillionaire, where you need to just put a hedge, because this gold purpose is to be a hedge against your money. It's really good night my time. Tony, where are you from? You said good evening. Tony, let me know what part of the world you're from. It's night my time. That's why I'm live streaming in the dark. But this is not just affecting those small businesses, those tech businesses and technology business. This is affecting mortgage rates as well. If buyers could be returned to, we're going to have another housing market crash. It's about inflation. So 30-year mortgage right now is 6.57%. If a buyer's looking for a $500,000 home with a 20% down payment, wow, right? That's a 30-year first fixed mortgage. The monthly payment is this week is $128 less than it was just last week. However, it is still, higher than it was in January. And so now the housing market is in big trouble as well. I'm just going to say it like that. Housing market is in big trouble as well. All right. Philadelphia, Philly. I would love a Philly cheesesteak from Philly. Tony, can you ship me a Philly cheesesteak to Mississippi? Philadelphia, Don Stanley is always representing Philadelphia, the coach of the South Carolina college team. All right, you all. I'm signing out. You can text that number on the screen, but I won't respond to it until tomorrow. And also, when you go to millermoves.com to also have some tangible, real money and to make moves of protecting your cash. If you don't want a cash flowing asset that's backed by a commodity, you can just get the physical commodity. And let's see what Bitcoin is right now. You can go to millermoves.com. And let's check on Bitcoin before I go to sleep. Bitcoin had like a 24% surge on this. When cash fell, crypto commodity, Bitcoin is and Ethereum are the only two cryptos that are deemed commodities. And at $24,000, it is out of reach right now for most people to invest in and get some, high returns on your investment. That's why the crude oil, the natural gas, the beverages, and all those that you're finding for a great low entry price point is what I've been definitely telling you all about, right? And so you got Bitcoin is pumping because when cash crash, cryptos that are commodities like Bitcoin and Ethereum will rise. That's why you got Ether rising as well. BNB is a utility token. I've been telling you all about that. I don't think Shiba Inu or any of those XRP and Doge didn't do a lot. XLM was up 5% today. Crow, let's see, Crow made some moves. That's crypto.com. That's the Lakers arena name, crypto.com. Frax, I don't have that crypto, but it made a great move today. I need to research that up 20%. Also, if you want tangible silver and copper, what page? The page I just left? Sure, I can share it with you. The crypto page is if that's what you were talking about, the city. It's coin 360.com. Now, some of you all might be afraid of this. I thought it was really cool. I love the artwork. If you're a horseshoe person, Clover, Shoe Bill, they have a lot of silver here that I just look at as artwork. I mean, this is just beautiful to me. Precious Swans with Queen Elizabeth. It also comes in a heart shape packaging with that color. How many of you all have colored silver? It's a New Zealand mint. This is new. This is $94. So to me, you get an asset, a commodity, and artwork. That's why rich and wealthy people, they also convert their cash into artwork, appreciating asset. Look at this. It doesn't get better than Scottsdale Gold. The double ones on that, Troy ounce, 0.999. Only $32, under $40. Only $40. And there's no limit per household. So the penny's beside it because they're showing you the actual size of it. It's about the size of a penny. Did you all know that if your spirit is correct, that wealth is an attractor of wealth? That's why, Mr. T and people in other countries in Africa and places like that, they always keep wealth, gold around their neck, 24 karat. It's an attractor of wealth. You have your copper here that's under $3. It's not an excuse to not get these commodities. There's a global shortage on copper as it is silver. And this one, I said, I like this one. They had a gram of gold. Look of the Irish, they're sold out. This is a limited mint of 1,500. Solomon's Island. The fourth chakra reverse proof. That is beautiful to me. And so you got that. And that's it. I'm signing out. You go to millermoves.com and get that. Yes, Miss Weeks, that is beautiful. You're welcome. You're welcome. Professional chicken neck breaker. Who's a professional chicken neck breaker? A professional chicken. Hey, my grandmother was too, man. They would feed those chickens pure corn. None of these chickens that have these hormones fed to them. Go out there and wring that chicken neck. And okay, so what's your name? You the one that texted me earlier and got the Pro Pack. You know that Pro Pack comes with crypto trades, crypto trading option. Oh, okay, I see you now. Looking at rentals first. Oh, you're a Michael. Okay. You're Crypto Candy. I got you. Michael Candy, you got the Pro Pack. So, Michael, let's set up a Zoom tomorrow because I'm so sleepy. I would love to do it tonight, but I'm a little tired. Text me, Michael, when you're available for a Zoom, because I don't, I text people once. I don't text them twice or 3 times. And if our time aligns, we will definitely do that Zoom. And let me know what mining you would like to get. I'm suggesting Bell right now. I hope it's not sold out. And Michael, while you're on this live stream, text me right now and let me know if you have any crypto on an exchange. They can even be in Cash App. If you already have Bitcoin in Cash App, if you don't have it, if you have a Cash App, you can buy it in cash and convert it to Bitcoin. If you have any Bitcoin or Ethereum on Robinhood, on Crypto.com, on Coinbase, Binance. I don't really like Coinbase because the fees are so high. Right. Robinhood and Cash App is perfect for this. because the fees are really, really low if you have either or of those accounts. But let me just say this, Michael. On Cash App, make sure that you have purchased Bitcoin before on Cash App, because if you haven't, sometimes it will ask you to verify your identity on Cash App if you haven't. Or maybe you already have it in a trust wallet. Okay, I got your text anytime tomorrow. All right, I will text you tomorrow so we can do our Zoom so you can make that purchase, right? Okay, you all have a great night. Rest well. And people, be excited when you position yourself properly for the greatest wealth transfer in human experience. The greatest wealth transfer in human experience. Because I think they just said Washington Bank's rescue. Washington had a rocket started on Monday. The government's response to collapse. Today, Americans have confidence in the banking system is safe. Yeah, okay, whatever. The dollar's not even safe. We maxed out our debt. That's why BRICS nations are not even taking the dollar anymore for their commodities. So no, other countries been dumped out dollars. They just want United States, the American citizens, to hold on to it. That's been happening. I heard someone, and I've listened so much, I don't know where I heard that from, that it only takes 9 to 10% of Americans to go to a bank and say, I want my money out, I want my deposit, I want my cash, I'm closing an account. 9 to 10% of customers that do business with that bank, if they do that in one day, that bank will collapse. 9 to 10%. If they do it in one day, that particular bank, that branch will collapse. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. All right, Michael. Look forward to my text in the morning. Let's get on the Zoom. Let's make this happen. I'm going to text you as early as possible because I do not want that beverage license to be sold out. But rest assured, you're right in time if you want to get that swipe. That's getting royalties from the banking. That's is going to be released sometime between Wednesday and the end of the week because it's going through beta testing right now. But right now, beverage is doing this thing. I would definitely, mentor you on that before they sold out. I got that name from your grandmother ringing. Yeah, my grandmother go out there ring no chicken necks. And then you can tell from the South, right? And then dip it in that hot scalding water and pluck those feathers out of it. But at least we know what the chickens were being fed. They would feed the chicken pure corn seeds. No, nothing to boost, the hormones, nothing like that to make them grow faster. And grandma would go out there and cut up that chicken and devour that chicken and some of the best salt and pepper fried chicken, macaroni and cheese. I wish I had got that from her, but I was just a youthful child. I just love to eat grandmama's food, but I knew how she did it, but I didn't learn the skill myself. And mac and cheese and that good old farm-fed fried chicken and those brown eggs that have the most vitamins and all of that, and then an omega-3 in it, just purities, And yeah, if I could go back in time travel, I would get one of grandmama's meal. I definitely would do that. All right, Michael, welcome aboard Crypto Candy, and I look forward to helping you prosper financially starting tomorrow. You all have a great night. Hit the thumbs up for me. Be blessed, everyone, and do not be broke. Let me say that again. Be blessed, but do not be broke. Queen out.